So for today's tutorial, I have used Brava Tweed. This is a worsted weight and this color is Wren. For the child size, which we'll be doing our tutorial with today, it is Stratus. And this little cutie one here, the baby one, I have used Mink. And we will need 2 crochet hooks, one 6mm, and we also have a 5mm. So let's get started. So to get started, I am going to be doing a slip knot, and I am going to be chaining 52. And this is a size for a child, and this is to fit a head of 20 to 21 inches. And the finished head circumference will be around 19 inches. So with my larger hook, I am chaining 52. Now that I have my 53 chains, I am ready to get started on the pattern, and I am going to work in the second chain from my hooks. So 1, 2, and I'm going to do a single crochet. And I always like to place a stitch marker on my very first stitch so I don't lose stitches along the way. And we are going to be continuing with a repeat, and the repeat is inserting our hook in the next stitch, next chain, and we are going to do a single crochet and a double crochet in the very same stitch. We will then skip the next chain and work in the next one, and once again we'll do a single crochet and a double crochet. Skip the next chain. Now be careful because the yarn tends to pull a little bit and the chain will tighten a little bit, so make sure that you don't miss it, which I do sometimes, and you get to the very end and you realize you're missing stitches. So you have your chain here, you skip one and you work in the next one, and we are going to be continuing to do this all the way across. And when you get to the very end of your chain, you will have 2 chains remaining, and you will be skipping one and working a single crochet in the very last chain. So I am going to skip one, work in the next one, and I am going to continue to do this all the way across. I am finishing my first row, finish my double crochet, and I'm going to skip one, work in the last stitch, and place a single crochet in the very last stitch. So each row will start with a single crochet and finish with a single crochet. I'm going to chain one and turn my work, and I am going to be repeating this row. So in my very first stitch, I am going to be doing a single crochet, and I'm going to place my stitch marker so I do not lose my stitches once again. And we are going to be working in the next stitch right here, and I am going to be doing a single crochet and a double crochet, and I am going to skip one and work in the next one. Now we are going to be repeating this all the way across until we have a total of 15 rows for this size. So I have finished my 15th row, and this should measure 19 inches. So if you stretch it out a little bit, and by 6 inches. So now we are ready to get started on our band, and I am going to be switching to my smaller hook, and I am going to be chaining one and turning my work. And for the first row, we are going to do a row of half double crochets. So I am going to start in the first stitch, half double crochet, move up my stitch marker, and I am going to continue to half double crochet all the way across. So we'll have a total of 52 half double crochets. I have finished my row of half double crochets and I have chained one and turned my work. Now we are ready to get started on the actual band, and we are going to be working some front post and back post double crochets. So I am going to yarn over and insert my hook in the very first stitch and do a double crochet, just a regular one. And in the next 2 rows we are going to be doing 2 front post double crochets followed by 2 back post double crochets. Now this is our stitch right here, this is our V's, and this is our third. So this is our 2 front loops, back loop, front loop, and a third loop right here. And if we go all the way down, the columns right here that are separated from one stitch to the other. So this is our front post. So we will be inserting our hook from the front around the back of the post and through the front again. So for the back post, we will be going through the back, around the post to the back again, and this is our back post. So I am going to yarn over, insert my hook. So this is our first post right here. Insert my hook from the front around the post through the front again. I am going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and I am going to finish it as a regular double crochet. So pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Going to yarn over, and I'm going to make another one. So this is our next post right here. Going to insert my hook from the front to the back through the front, and I'm going to pull over, and I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we are going to be doing 2 back post double crochets. So this is the next post, and I'm going to insert from the back around the post through the back again, yarn over, pull through the yarn, and I'm going to finish my double crochet and do that one more time. This is my next post right here. I'm going to insert from the back around, yarn over, pull through, and here is our front and back post double crochets. So you can see it's raised when it's at the front and it's raised at the back when we do the back. So we are going to continue to do this all the way across and alternating 2 front post, back post, 2 front post double crochets and doing 2 back post double crochets. And we are going to continue to do this all the way across until we get to the end and do a regular double crochet in the very last stitch. So I am going to do 2 front post double crochets followed by 2 back post double crochets, and I'm going to repeat these 4 stitches all the way across to the end and finish with a double crochet. I have finished my last row with a double crochet, and I chained one and turned my work, and I am going to insert my hook in my very first stitch and do another double crochet. And now we are going to be repeating this 4 stitches repeat all the way across, except that now the first 2 stitches are back post. They are reversed. So instead of starting with front post, we are going to start with 2 back post double crochets, and as you can see now the back post is easier to find. Well, it is made with double crochets. It's the very first row was a half double crochet. So we're gonna go around and do 2 back post double crochet followed by 2 front post double crochets, and we are going to go all the way across and finishing with a regular double crochet. And we are going to be repeating these 2 rows for a total of 4 rows. I have finished my last row of the band. Now we are ready to get started on the seaming, and this is the right side of my beanie. So I'm going to flip it over, and I am going to fold and have my right side facing each other. And with yarn and needle, we are going to go ahead and insert a needle on the other side. And I always like to do it a couple of times just to make it nice and, nice and secure. And we are going to be seaming our sides with a mattress stitch. So the mattress stitch, we are going to be working from one side to the other in a zigzag manner all the way up to the crown. So we are going to be finding a gap in between our stitches, just like so. And now we're ready to do the same onto the other side. So I am going to find a gap between my stitch, insert my needle and pull through. I'm going to repeat this onto the other side. And I am gonna go a little ways, and once I have reached a few stitches, I will be pulling my yarn tight, and this is the yarn from the seaming. Once you pull on it, it will disappear. So I'm just like to pull through, and I always like to give it a bit of a tug because you don't want it too tight, otherwise the seam is going to be uncomfortable to wear. So, and I am going to continue to do this all the way up to the crown. And one thing I haven't mentioned is try to match the rows so they align as you go up. I have now reached the crown, and I am going to weave my needle through every other stitches at the very top, and I'm just going to go around this way, just every other stitches. And once I'm around to the other side, I will be closing the crown, and I will be weaving in my ends. I have finished seaming my beanie, and I've attached a pom-pom, and I have made my own one using my pom-pom makers. And for the two smaller sizes I used the medium size, and for the larger size I used the bigger size. They come in different sizes, and if you'd like to know how to use these pom-pom makers, just watch my video. They're pretty easy to use. Or if you'd rather have something a little bit different, you can use these faux fur pom-pom. They come with these like pressure buttons, and you just sew that on at the end, and you just clip it on, and they come, you can take them off if you like to, if you wish to wash your beanie. And I've also attached some Handmade with Love tags. These ones come with little pins, and I don't like putting those on babies or children's, only because they do come off, and I don't want it's a little bit of a choking hazard. And so I just decided to use the sewing ones for this one. And this one I'm not gonna put one on, it's totally up to you. But here you have it. This is the Wrenley beanie.